Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alperiki and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Bak. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
In the news tonight, public requested to report race politics. First batch of ballot papers printed and secured. And Fiji to stay secular state, says PM.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Political parties have been urged to refrain from racial and religious discrimination in their campaigning and to ensure their supporters denounce the same, particularly on social media. 4 institutions, the Fijian Elections Office, the Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission, the Media Industry Development Authority and the Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption, this afternoon reiterated that campaign rules need to be followed. The authorities are also calling on the general public to report and document any campaigns or political rallies where they feel that racial or religious vilification is evident. Maggie Boyle tells us more.
We have noticed on social media that there is a tendency to attack any person who does not agree with your candidate's views and has expressed their view on social media.
Heads of the 4 institutions today reiterated the importance of the law, with political campaigns intensifying.
And the following rules have been made under Section 116. Any political party, any candidate for election to Parliament and any person representing or acting under the direction of any political party or any candidate must A. Respect the rights and freedoms of all other political parties and candidates to campaign and to disseminate their political ideas and principles without fear.
There's no denying, and a lot of political commentators have said, well, ethnicity and race is a fact of life. These are markers of difference. These are signifiers. But the point is that given the history that Fiji has emerged out of, it is imperative that we are able to disambiguate race from racism.
That any breaches to the campaign rules or any breaches to the electoral offences under Part 6 of Section 135 to 151, any breaches to those legal provisions under the Electoral Act, we will come down hard on them.
It was also a call for action for the general public to report any obvious offensive rallies.
That if you feel that there is discussions in these rallies that are in contradiction to what the law requires, feel free to record them and furnish us with the recording.
Do not hesitate to get in touch with FICAC. We have a toll-free number which you can contact, and that is 1322, as well as our landline 3310290. Toll-free, a line of 1322.
Penalties for those caught breaching the law will be liable to pay a $50,000 fine or face 10 years imprisonment or both. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The first batch of ballot papers for the November 14th general election are out. Fresh off the printing press last night, 20,000 ballot papers are now in secure storage at the Fijian Elections Office warehouse in Lavala Beach, Nasinu. Kelly Vadala reports.
Under the watchful eyes of police, the media and international observers, the Fijian Elections Office moved 14 cartons of ballot papers to its secured warehouse.
I was keeping an eye on protocols that were required to be followed. My staff stuck to the procedures to the letter. Every ballot paper box that is being transported was properly recorded, reconciled, and accounted for at the delivery as well as at the receipt location. There is a huge police presence around sensitive material. We just wanted to mention that we mean business.
These cartons contain ballot papers for postal voters only. FU staff followed strict protocols from loading at the printery to deliver at the warehouse. Each carton was again accounted for upon arrival.
We will continue to transport ballot papers as they are ready, and the same protocols will be used. Same dispatch and receipt mechanisms will be applied, and police will be providing security to this facility as well as to all other FEO uses facilities 24/7.
This is the locked room inside which all ballot papers will be kept. Entry is restricted to a handful of FEO staff. The entire facility is under police guard. IDs are strictly checked and no one can get in without clearance. These are just some of the measures taken to ensure ballot papers are protected. Pre-poll and election day ballot papers will get the same treatment. Kelly Vavala, FBC News.
The electoral preparation is ahead of schedule, with the Electoral Commission taking only 1 day to deliberate on candidate objections and appeals earlier this week, as opposed to the 3 days allocated. Supervisor of Elections Mohammed Saneem says this has meant they were able to put in place a number of initiatives at least 48 hours ahead of schedule.
The postal packaging will also start maybe Friday night or Saturday morning. Basically what I'm saying is that the Electoral Commission's decision that came 2 days early has allowed us to move the entire electoral preparation process 2 days ahead.
The Prime Minister has called out politicians who are campaigning to return Fiji to a Christian state from our present secular state position. Fiji First Leader Voreqe Bainimarama says he received a video this week showing some members of SODELPA campaigning to get rid of our secular state that is enshrined in our constitution. Akosita Tale reports.
Think of your children, think of your grandchildren. Think of your...
Speaking to hundreds of Sokoda residents in Asinu who turned up at a Fiji First campaign rally, Fiji First Leader Voreqe Bainimarama says the reason his government decided to declare Fiji a secular state in the 2013 constitution was simply to ensure that faith of all Fijians are protected and respected.
You know what the secular state does for us? It gives you the freedom. What religion do you want? Me as a Christian, Hindu, Muslim, you do whatever you want. The Christian state will be tied to the Christian. But we don't know which Christian denomination is going to take over. Whether it's going to be the Methodist, whether it's going to be the Catholic. You've heard what the Catholic Archbishop is saying is all wrong. So you might end up listening to somebody who's giving you wrong state all the time. That's what's going to happen if you turn this place into a Christian state.
Even the NFP and Fiji Labour Party, which are campaigning strongly against the continuation of a Fiji First government, agree with Bainimarama's stance on this issue of religious freedom for all Fijians.
We agree with that. Fiji should remain a secular state at all times. We respect all the different ethnic groups, their culture, the tradition, the religion. Fiji is a multi-racial, multicultural, multi-religious country, and it's right to have the constitution provide for that fundamental freedom.
We are a multiracial country. We have many people from different ethnicities and also from different religions and different backgrounds. And the biggest thing that we all need to do, and all religions teach us to do, is to respect one another.
Bainimarama says SODELPA's ongoing push for a Christian state shows Rambuka's party wants to take Fiji to the old days when religious freedom was not guaranteed.
And if you hear the debate we have in Parliament, you will know that these are the people that started the 87 and the 2000, the people that took you apart, especially the Indo-Fijian people. And I feel for you. And that's what I did in 2006 to help protect you people and call you all Fijians.
Several attempts to get comments from SODELPA were unsuccessful. The 2013 Constitution highlights religious liberty as recognized in the Bill of Rights and is a founding principle of our state. Akosita Tale, FBC News.
Education Minister Aya Said Qayyum has reminded the people in the Rewa province about the importance of investing in the education sector. While opening the World Food Day at the Rewa District School, Said Qayyum said students should be given the support they deserve. Ali Kimbia reports.
Braving the strong currents of the Rewa River to reach the village of Lomanikoro, Education Minister Aya Said Qayyum shared his views on how vital education is for the country.
So as parents, we have the responsibility to ensure that we don't, always drinking grog or doing other things that is a distraction for our children. Because by spending even half an hour or even 45 minutes every day with your child, you make sure that that child will be focused towards education.
It was a joyous occasion for the students of the Rewa District School and the nearby villages as many of them met the education minister for the first time. Said Kayum also challenged parents to do their work diligently and everything will fall in place.
And ultimately, as a parent, if your child is educated, you know that one day they have a much better capacity to look after you too. So we have, of course, provided a number of initiatives for that.
About 6 schools from the Rio Delta today created history by being the first school in conjunction with the 6 nearby villages to launch a Y2E cluster program which aims at developing education in the province. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The High Court yesterday granted leave to the Attorney General to make an application for an order of committal against Rajendra Chaudhry of Auckland, New Zealand for contempt of court. Between September 3rd and 18th, Chaudhry posted a range of scandalous, defamatory and derogatory comments against the judiciary and its members on his Facebook page. In another similar case, the High Court granted leave to the Attorney General to make an application for an order of committal against Anirudh Sharma of Lombasa for contempt of court. Sharma posted scandalous, defamatory and derogatory comments against the presiding magistrate in the criminal proceeding against one Imran Khan, who was charged for 1 count of unlawful possession of illicit drugs. On the 27th of last month, Sharma posted the comments to social media site Facebook alongside a snapshot of a Fiji Sun article titled "Nasinu Businessman Appears for Drug Charge in Lombasa." The Attorney General will now file the notices of motion in the High Court to seek the orders of committal in both cases. Still to come, young people fight climate change with mangroves. And top executives discuss future needs with HR. Details after the break.
Bula, neva ngomal kay leloma, ngongay nakas ondo magrong ng Bula FM, namban 2 ay nasere.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Lombasa, ya ondo talita ina warong ng Bula FM, namban 2 ay nasere.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, namban 2 ay nasere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, namban 2 ay nasere namalun.
Na vengo fani na tao ne ngo singa toka, kita ondo talita kana Bula FM, namban 2 ay nasere.
Bula FM, namban 2 ay nasere.
Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama and his Australian counterpart Scott Morrison met for the first time in Sydney today. Australian High Commissioner to Fiji John Feeks tweeted that the two Prime Ministers discussed everything from defence and business to family and rugby. Bainimarama is accompanied by Permanent Secretary Yogesh Karan, Tourism Minister Fayaz Koya and Fiji's High Commissioner to Australia Luke Ndanivalu. Apart from his official visit, Bainimarama will also be the chief guest at the Fiji Independence Day Festival in Sydney tomorrow. Youths of Navunievumbua are undertaking mangrove restoration to mitigate the impact of climate change in their villages. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports this is to complement the existing mangrove patches growing along the village foreshore.
Mangroves contribute to climate change resilience by reducing the impacts of severe storms and cyclones. With that in mind, these youths took to their village foreshore yesterday to plant mangroves.
I am really pleased that we are planting mangroves because for the past few cyclones, we would really feel the impact. Even huge waves would crash into the village.
For years, the villages of Waitambo and Tadilevu would bear the full brunt of strong winds and cyclones. Now the youths hope that in years to come, that will not be the case.
I remember back when I was in class 1, we used to plant mangroves. Those are the ones you see now along the foreshore. We know the benefits of these mangroves because they protect our village.
The mangrove planting is part of a youth empowerment training that the youths are taking part in, aimed at teaching them life skills that will help improve their livelihoods.
We are enlightening the youth, empowering the youth with the knowledge and awareness of sexual reproductive health and human rights, as well as financial literacy. And more importantly, we are also empowering the youth, the awareness and the knowledge of what is climate change and the initiative that needs to be taken to minimize the impact of climate change.
About 40 youths from the villages of Waitambo and Tadilevu are part of the week-long training which ends today. Eleanor Turangaibu, FBC News.
Human resource personnel from various companies are currently attending the BSP Live Fiji Human Resources Institute annual convention being held at the Sheraton Resort, exchanging ideas and best practices among HR professionals to overcome challenges and barriers now and in the future was some of the points of discussions. Felipe Naikaso has more.
The ever-growing need to support human resources in any company was a standard point discussed during the first day of the convention.
I believe that good labor relations and human resource management should be people-centered and employee-oriented to keep industry harmony and create suitable working place for employees.
For any company, the HR acts as the voice of the employees, which is vital in order to keep the morale high.
People are the most important asset. If you really want to develop, then it is the people. Without the people, the organization is basically nothing.
If the CEOs are involved in the HR function, I think it would be a great for the organization and for the people, because they'll see, well, the CEO is very interested.
The theme for the convention this year is HR in the digital age. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
In an effort to help ex-inmates cope with life after prison, the Fiji Corrections Service organised a Yellow Ribbon Employment Symposium today, which was attended by about 90 prospective employers. The event showcased different skills and qualifications obtained by inmates during their term in jail to help them get a decent job once they are released. Savarat Tambor reports.
These inmates have undergone rehabilitation programs, which is aimed at helping them rebuild their lives once they are released from the corrections center.
And we are looking at all avenues and all strategies that are available to us in order to ensure that those under our care, when they leave, they go back to something that can support themselves.
32-year-old Micah Wilmer and 28-year-old Nembuka Dhama are hopeful the symposium will help them find employment.
And this is something so great, a great opportunity by the Fiji Correction Services to give us inmates, to let us inmates know that yes, we have a second chance.
I'm thankful about this initiative, something that will be of great help when we are out of prison.
Interested employer Courts Fiji Limited welcomed the initiative.
Our company believes in developing people. We also believe in looking after our people, and this is part of our corporate social responsibility and giving back to the community what they deserve.
The Fiji Corrections Service believes their public awareness on giving inmates a second chance is working well. Savira Tambua, FBC News.
Coming up in sports later with Jamie, Australia women's rugby team hopes to defend Colorado Sevens in USA. But before that, here's Akosita Thale with all the day's business updates.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break, Fiji shown the best of India. And in growing Fiji, Kot Singatoka branch reopens. Stay with us.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singatoka. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singatoka. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singatoka.
Gold FM, only the classic.
Leading business tonight, the Best of India show started at the FMF Gymnasium in Suva today with exhibits from over 40 Indian companies. On display are products ranging from automobiles, agricultural implements, machinery, hardware, clothing and jewelry. Catherine Krishna has more.
The Best of India show is an opportune time for businesses in Fiji and India to foster good relations and start dealing with each other in terms of exportation and importation of products.
At present, it's basically business-to-business thing, and we are hopeful that a lot of joint activities, joint agreements, MOUs will be coming in this exhibition. Fijian companies, they will take a benefit of the products which are being displayed here.
Principal Director of the Indian PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry Naveen Seth says the trade show will enhance bilateral relations between the two countries.
People who have participated here are getting good response from day one itself. And there is a very positive vibe in the Fiji government also in this, and we look forward to have good results out of this exhibition.
The exhibit ends on Sunday at 6 p.m. The Indian High Commission plans to organize similar trade shows in the Western and Northern divisions in years to come. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
And we now join Sharon from HFC Bank with the latest from the trading world.
The euro traded near a one-week low against the US dollar this morning. This came as the European Commission said that Italy's 2019 draft budget is a serious breach of the EU's budget rules. However, the Italian Prime Minister defended his nation's free spending budget, and this caused fresh concerns over political tension in the common currency zone. Meanwhile, the Australian markets are following global equity markets, which remain in a nervous position. An escalating Sino-US trade war did little to help the mood, while the spectre of rising US dollar yields heightened concerns over the global growth outlook. In other news, China's annualized GDP reading for 2018's third quarter came in worse than expected. It declined to 6.5% against the 6.6% projected. And that's all from HFC Bank for this week. Vinaka.
Thanks, Sharon. Now on to the exchange rates. As the China-US trade war gets rolling, it made for a day of gains for the Fiji dollar. Our dollar rose overnight against all the currencies we cover, with the exception of the Japanese yen, where the Fiji dollar slipped slightly. Precious metals rose on the commodities market, while oil prices fell to just below $69 a barrel. Gold closed up to $1,227 per ounce, and silver closed higher at $14.61 an ounce. In growing Fiji vision, Fiji Limited has spent around $500,000 on its Kot Singatoka branch. The branch, which was destroyed by fire earlier this month, reopened at a new premises in Main Street, Singatoka. Kots Fiji Limited says all the staff who worked prior to the incident are back at the new store. It says the incident occurred at a time when we are heading into the festive season, and their staff worked swiftly to scout for suitable location. And that's a wrap from the business desk. Jamie joins you now with sports.
Thank you, Akasita, and good evening in sports tonight. Seruvakula named strong lineup for semi-final clash. And Suva crowned under 14 primary schools football IDC champions. This and more coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Kritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Fiji Airways Ndrua coach Senirusi Serubakula has made two changes to his starting lineup for the National Rugby Championship semi-final clash against the Canberra Vikings tomorrow. Serubakula has included Apisalome Wangatambo at number 15 and Mesulami Ndolokoto at hooker, relegating Enele Malele and Ratunaisa Navuma, who started last week, to the bench. 7 of the 8 players named for the Flying Fijians November tour will start against a strong Vikings outfit. The only other change to the matchday squad is the inclusion of Penny Matawalu, who replaces Sirpepeli Bularika, who sustained a hamstring injury in Perth last weekend. Meanwhile, the Ndrua had its captain's run today. Despite a win over the Vikings already this season, coach Senirusi Serubakula has assured that the team has prepared fully and are eager to bury their skeletons from last year's 57-21 semi-final loss to Queensland country. Meli Tavanga with more.
It's now or never for the Ndrua players, who are brimming with confidence ahead of the semi-final clash with the Vikings.
We're pretty happy with the captain's run. We've done our clarity and it works, and everyone understands what we're doing. And yeah, it's all, we are all. I believe the boys are all ready to go on tomorrow.
Leading the training today, Captain Moses Evoka believes Tandrua is ready to deliver tomorrow.
The boys have really worked on that, and I faith in the boys. We all believe in themselves, and if we just have to work hard, I think a team who works really hard tomorrow, I think we'll get out victorious tomorrow.
The Canberra Vikings have named a strong lineup for the clash. Tandrua is well aware of the challenge ahead despite beating the Vikings 40-35 earlier in the season.
Strong. It's going to be strong. It's a different area. It's a semi-final. It's different from the last 2 weeks. So we need to be prepared and I believe they're going to play a lot on their forwards, and we just need to minimize giving away penalties.
It's been a smooth sailing for the Fijian Roars so far. Expect the journey to get tougher Saturday. Militabanga, FBC Sports.
Newly appointed Fiji Airways Fijiana Sevens captain Sereima Leoningila will lead the side in the opening round of the 2018 to 2019 Women's Sevens Series in Glendale, Colorado this weekend. Leoningila takes over from halfback Ana Maria Rongida, who was not part of the extended squad. Meanwhile, coach Ali Ferretti Ndovi Verata believes there'll be some extra benefits taking a new-look squad to the first tournament of the series.
For me, I know it's an advantage. I think the team in the series, they will be studying, looking at the past Fijiana team performance, and they'll be trying to look at the weaknesses and strengths. But for us, we've got a totally new team, and I'm sure they don't know the capabilities that these girls have.
Meanwhile, the Australian women's team is looking forward to defend its title at the Glendale Sevens. While the Aussies believe they're ready, they expect close competition from world champions New Zealand, Canada and host USA at the tournament. Vastil Prasad has more.
The Australian Sevens team is ready to take the new season head-on.
Everybody's trying to get to that podium finish, so it's not just thinking about the people behind you, but it's actually focusing on your team.
They will surely be challenged by World Cup winners New Zealand as the Kiwis hope to continue from where they left.
For us, it was just about performing as a team, and we knew that we just wanted to go out there, have some fun and enjoy our footy.
The Canadian team has also been training hard during pre-season and will be looking sharp during the two-day Colorado Sevens.
They did obviously a much shorter pre-season this season, but the girls have been training really well and really just excited to get out there and start performing.
Host USA believes the support from the fans will play a vital role for them.
We are so excited. You know, we had World Cup here and then we get to roll right into our new season on home soil. You know, family and friends are here.
The Colorado Sevens will begin in USA from Sunday. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Suva Under-14 football side was crowned the new champion of the 43rd Vodafone Fiji Primary Schools IDC at Lautoka's Churchill Park this afternoon. The capital side defeated Nandronga 4-3 in a penalty shootout in the final. Nandronga came into that match as favourites after upsetting defending champions Lambasa 2-1 in the semi-final. Meanwhile, the Mba Under-12 football side finished on top after beating Lambasa 1-0 in the final earlier today. That's it from Sports Tonight. Join Angie later on with weather and in new media. Huawei's Porsche phone is back and still unnecessarily expensive. Find out more after the break.
Narangolesenya, Obama Ketevenakas, the wrong of Nakabe on Radio Fijuan, Nandomi.
Ayaw Benyana, the Dobarong on Radio Fijuan, Nandomi Visi, Hinatoka.
Guado Ilaisa Ingatoka, Ron Robinana Heramakawa in Radio Fijuan, Hingatoka.
Radio Fijuan, Nandomi Viti.
In new media tonight, the Porsche-designed Huawei Mate 20 RS is an expensive smartphone. Huawei's Mate 20 Pro looks like an exceptional phone, so can a version with Porsche's design's involvement be worth spending twice as much on? It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello to you and to the weekend. Hope your Friday was as awesome as you. And of course, it was less rainy than what we've been having for the past few days. So hopefully our weekend has the strength to stay put to find out. Taking a look in the west, it was a mix of sun and clouds. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, it was mainly clouds more than the sun, quite windy as well. And up north, skies were pretty much grey with overcast conditions. At sea, southeast winds 25 to 30 knots. For the tides, the high tide will be at 3 or 4 a.m. with low tide at 9:25 a.m. Sunrise at 5:34. For tomorrow, those who wish for sunshine probably need to wait a few more days. But if you wish for clearer, drier conditions, then yes, we have some in store. Tomorrow's temps, Savu will be the coolest at 28 degrees. And looking further on to Sunday, the day bit looks good, but it's the return of heavy showers by afternoon. But don't let this weather dull your weekend spirits. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, can the Fijian Draw qualify for their first ever NRC final?
We support this team, and we got dedicated in this team, and we got faith in this team.
Not only will the Fijian Draw reach their first ever final of the NRC, they will win the NRC and hopefully one day win the Super Rugby Championship and the World Cup. Go Fijian Draw!
We are from Fiji and that's our team, so we hope that Fijian Draw gonna be win.
Draw will win the game tomorrow because they have been winning a lot of games this year.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, public requested to report race politics. First batch of ballot papers printed and secured, and Fiji to stay secular state, says PM. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment this week, we're asking, are you happy with the calibre of candidates contesting the election? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day, sent in by Nadia Khan, the beautiful tropical flowers from Nadia's grandma's collection in Bar. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. Before we go, remember the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation is hosting different political party representatives on its For the Record show each Sunday at 7:30 p.m. We've already had Sidelpa leader Sitiveni Rambuka and NFP leader Biman Prasad. This week, the show will feature Fiji First General Secretary Aya Said Qayyum. Be sure to tune in to FBC TV at 7:30 p.m. on Sunday. And that was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe, stay warm, and have an enjoyable weekend. Bye for now.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ से जैसे ट्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।